Hey guys, it's your boy Joe back at it again, CodingPhase.com. Once again, it seems like we stirred up the pot. Okay, a lot of people are freaking out. A lot of people have seen my previous video, and I want to just put it out there, guys. I'm not telling you to stop learning the MERN stack. Okay, so if that's what you was concerned and that's what you got to this video for, there you go. That's the answer. Okay. Now stick around, and we're gonna talk. Talk about why this thing is what it is, and at the same time, you know, should you stop it, should you not stop it, and why you shouldn't, right? So I'm gonna just be honest with you guys. When I created the video, right, when we talk about why the MERN stock is horrible for a junior developer, is because I have seen time and time again of junior developers, guys who are learning at home, right? And they're basically listening to what's on blogs, Twitter posts, YouTube influencers, right, etc. And everybody's talking about the MERN stack. And when I mean the MERN stack, I'm talking about really just MongoDB, Node.js, right? MERN stack is the most popular one. Before it used to be the mean stack. Now it's the MERN stack. Some people they tried to do the Menth stack, which is like with Vue.js, but that's not going nowhere. Um, so the most popular one right now is the MERN stack. It's no longer the mean stack. But what I'm saying with this is that yes, it's popular. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's creating videos, right? And there's a reason why they create videos, because it's gonna get them views, it's gonna get them hits. It's something that everybody in the industry knows is good, right? Listen, Node.js is great. It's amazing. I love Node.js, right? I enjoy it as much as you guys do. But the truth is that I have the luxury to go in and say, you know what? Shit, I was a PHP developer, Ruby on Rails developer. Now, if I want to become a Node.js developer, I have that luxury to go in and start applying for those jobs. And most likely, I will get those jobs because I already have experience as a developer. Okay. Now, for you guys who are beginners, who are just starting, it's horrible, right? It's horrible because there's so much competition and everybody's learning the same thing, right? People are showing up to job interviews with the same projects that they've taken from the same courses from everybody else that's over here online trying to learn these things. Now, would I say, hey, if you are already learning the MERN stack, would I tell you guys stop what you're doing and don't learn it? Ask for a refund from your instructor, or don't follow the guy that's telling you about the MERN stack or this and that. No, I'm not telling you that, and I wouldn't advise you guys to do that either, because it doesn't really matter what stack you choose to learn web development. But what is important is for you to get a better chance on getting the first job. Okay. So again, if you don't understand what I'm trying to tell you with that is, if I teach you with Python, Django, React, and maybe some jQuery, right? You're gonna be able to understand web development. If I teach you with PHP, Laravel, Vue.js, MySQL, right? You're gonna understand web development. If I teach it to you with Node.js, React, MongoDB, Express, you're going to learn web development. Okay, but once you understand web development, your next stage is to get the skills that's gonna help you get the job quicker. Okay, one thing that I keep seeing, and this is why I made that video, and why I believe it's horrible for developers, is since so many people are applying to those positions, now it's harder for you to get into the game. I keep seeing guys coming in that send me their portfolio who are qualified, who are good developers, good junior developers, right? They might not be experts, but they have some solid projects that you could say, shit, maybe we'll give this guy a chance. But you know what? There's also another 20, 40 other guys that have the same skills as that person, okay? And the same experience and the same type of projects. They all have the same thing. Okay, so every single one of them has a chance of getting the job, right? But at the end of the day, if I'm a junior developer, I don't want to go and risk being here for months This guy's that as you guys, I show you guys a comment of a dude that was like, yo man, I got 20 projects in the MERN stack. I've done this and that, and I still can't find a job. All the YouTubers are lying. There's no jobs out here. This is not possible. This and that. And nobody's lying to you guys about the jobs. You could literally search that. Okay. No one is lying to you guys. Okay. This is something that's out there. The jobs are there. The opportunities are there. It's literally there. Like you could do your own research. Now the problem is that you're not getting called because you have the same shit that everybody else has. Okay. And at the same time, you're applying to something that everybody else is applying to. Now, if you go and you say, you know what, what's my main goal? My main goal is to get a job. My main goal is not to have the dream job. My main goal is not for me to be on the trendy wave of whatever is happening. My main job is to just try to get into the industry because once I have 6 months to 1 year of experience, I can switch up to anything that I want. Any stack that you want, you can go and switch over once you have experience. When you don't have experience, just like I said in the previous video, you're just a random dude that nobody knows. Nobody can vouch for you. No company can vouch for you. No clients can vouch for you. You don't have real they teach in a way where every single line of code is perfect. Most of you guys don't even 100% honest. And one thing that I saw from the comment was everybody saying, Joe, thank you for being so honest. Thank you for just, just being real, etc. And that's all I've been doing here. I've been doing this for a couple of years. We're about to hit 4 years that we've been on YouTube. And that's what, I take pride on. I'm just being honest with you guys. I don't want to sell you a dream. I don't want to tell you guys, this is how you're going to be able to get $2 an hour freelance gig experience. This is how you're gonna be able to get $150,000 job with no experience, no college degree. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. You know what I'm saying? The majority of you guys are gonna get your first opportunities in small to medium-sized business. Yes, people get jobs at huge companies. Yes, people go and get jobs for 100,000 and up on their first job. But now you're leaving things to chance. Now this is what I call the lottery phenomenon. When people come in and say, shit, man, this one guy got a job for $170,000 and he just came from a Udemy course. That's like a lottery ticket. Just because we know, just because we know that people win the lottery every freaking month or every year, that does not mean that we all gonna, you know what I mean? Like we're not all gonna get $1 million or more playing the lottery. It doesn't happen like that, right? So you cannot live your life by the exception. You should live your life by what's normal, what's actually more attainable, what's more real that you can actually reach. Okay. So I'm telling you guys out of experience, right? I'm telling you guys out of experience, right? I'm a self-taught developer, right? I've been doing this since 2011, okay? It took me a whole year to find a job because I was on that same wave of like, I'm trying to learn everything. I'm trying to be the most trendiest guy. I try to learn every framework. I'm telling you out of experience. You could listen to me, which is pretty much the same guy as you, right? So the same shit that you've been through is the exact same shit, or the same shit that I've been through is the same shit that you guys are going through right now. It's straight up. Like, I'm only telling you guys from your point of view of what you should do. And then at the same time, I'm giving you from my experience and from what I'm seeing throughout the whole industry. I've been doing this for 3-4 years here on YouTube, and I can guarantee you that the people that get the most jobs and get jobs quickly are not the ones doing MongoDB, Node.js, and Express. They're not doing that, okay? Again, another thing that I want to mention, because this is another question that people ask me in that video's comment. They said, Joe, so should I not learn React? No, of course you should learn React. We're talking about the MERN stack. We're talking about MongoDB, React, Express, and Node.js, okay? If you're focusing on those 4 things, then yeah, there's a problem. The React part is a needed thing, right? Doesn't matter what back end language you choose, you should learn React. Okay, React is like the industry standard. Okay, And even at that, you might even want to learn Angular. Okay, Angular, and not only just Angular, the latest one. You might even want to go and refresh yourself with Angular 1, the version 1 that nobody likes. Again, why? Why would I tell you, Joe? But we are in 2020. Why the hell would I go and try to learn a framework from 2012 stop using or stop making it popular after Angular 2 and they rewrote the whole framework? Why the hell would I go back and try to learn? And the thing is, there's a lot of legacy code out there. There's a lot of applications and companies that were built in Angular 1, and to this day, there's a whole bunch of jobs that people keep trying to hire people, but most people don't even know Angular 1. They know the age of components. They don't even know the age before that. There's guys that right now, and you guys know who you are. There's some of you guys that y'all know React, y'all know GraphQL, y'all know fucking what else? GraphQL, Apollo, y'all know Next.js, y'all know everything that's out there, every new thing that's out there, but y'all still don't even know jQuery. Somebody tells you, hey, here's this a code base. This was a plugin that we built in 2012, 2013. We used jQuery. Some of you guys are still lost because y'all never picked up something as simple as jQuery. And y'all don't understand that where you're gonna get the jobs and opportunity is really with legacy code, guys. Okay? That's just the truth. I'm just being 100% honest with you guys. You know, like, and another thing, somebody just said, that's a very good thing that you just said. I think dreams come true just said on the live stream right now. We're live, by the way, if you get to see this later on. Dreams come through just said, in New York, there's a lot of jobs for Node.js. Yes, you're 100% right. And in San Francisco too. And in Austin, Texas too. And in LA too. But the truth is, people should also point out, like, hey, I'm giving you a somebody that lives in New York. Hey, I'm giving you a perspective from, because the problem is that somebody comes in Wyoming. Hey, I live in Nigeria. There's not that many jobs for Node.js in Nigeria. Hey, I live in Mexico, but I'm watching or listening to a YouTuber or a blogger, podcaster, whatever, right? Shit, I should be doing this. But what happens is that you don't live in San Francisco. You don't live in New York City, okay? In the inside, okay? So somebody says, da da da. Okay, so I'm just reading through the comments. So again, there is a lot of jobs for Node.js, right? And MERN stack, but in major cities, the majority of you guys do not live in major cities. That's the problem. You get what I'm saying? So you have to decide, am I gonna move to New York City? Am I gonna move to San Francisco? Okay, that's the thing. That's the question that you have to ask yourself, right? Most people are not willing to relocate. Most people are not looking outside of the city. You know, most companies are not hiring people from like 3, 4 different time zones away. You get what I'm saying? So that's the problem. It's like I could give you an advice, right? But if my advice is geared towards the startup scene or geared towards uh let's say the larger companies that are in major cities, then yeah, shit. I might just tell you guys, you know what you need to learn is the MERN stack. And what you need to learn is Python and Django, right? Because that's what's popular now over there. But the truth is that most of you guys are not starting in a big company. Your first job is not going to be a big company. Your first job is going to be a small to medium-sized company. Okay, it could be an agency, it could be an e-commerce website, it could be some type of company that does custom software for a certain industry, like the healthcare system. It could be for lawyers, it could be for oh shit, for CPAs, accountings. Like there's a lot of different industries out here, and that's where you're most likely is gonna get your first opportunity. Now again, I don't want you to stop learning the MERN stack. If you already started there, shit, that's it. Just get it done. You learn from there, and then from there start learning something else. Okay, something else that is local in your area, and you could say, you know what, this type of jobs are, or this stack here is more popular in my local area. You already know web development. That's another thing too that somebody pointed out. Joe, how difficult is it to learn, another different stack? So, for example, if you already know Node.js and you focus mostly on JavaScript, right? How difficult is it to switch from a JavaScript based stack to then now switching over to something like PHP or even Ruby or even something like Python? How difficult is it? It's very easy because you already know web development, you already know programming. Okay, so when I tell you about the MERN stack, I'm telling you guys because there's really not that many jobs that is entry level for you guys. Okay, and some cities they don't even have any jobs for it. So I've seen guys that are in North Carolina and they're busting their ass learning the MERN stack, or they're going to a boot camp on the, where they're teaching you nothing but the MERN stack. And at the end of the day, in their local city where they live at, there is no Node.js job. Their closest Node.js job is like Washington, D.C., the DMV area. You get what I'm saying? But then again, they have a whole bunch of C Sharp and PHP jobs in that area. It's the same thing here in Florida. There is no Node.js jobs in Florida. So you live in Florida and you're like, man, I'm following what XYZ told me. I'm just gonna focus on the MERN stack. And now you start applying to a whole bunch of jobs. Most people, they start looking at it and they say, this guy doesn't know WordPress. This guy doesn't know Shopify. This guy doesn't know Magento. This guy doesn't know any of the shit that we actually use. So you think you're gonna get an opportunity just because? Nah. Like, it doesn't happen like that. So my advice is, if you already know the MERN stack, you can go and pick up something else at the same time. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying like the MERN stack is bad. What I'm saying is bad for you, right? It's not bad for the guy that has 5 years in the game. It's not bad for the guy that has 2, 3 years in the game, right? They could go and find opportunities. And even at that, it could also be bad for those guys if they're trying to get into the MERN stack in a city where there's no, MERN stack jobs. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to tell you guys, okay? I'm just trying to be honest with you guys. I'm not telling you guys don't learn it. I'm not telling you that it's a bad stack. I'm not telling you that there's bad instructors. Nah. What I'm telling you is that you need to decide what is your goal. Do you want to learn something that's trending, something that's popular, right? Or you want to get something that's going to get you a job? That's what it really comes down to. That's what it really comes down to. You know, what are we here for? We're here for the jobs, or are we here to be getting kudos and a pat in the back by a couple of developers online? Like, nah, like, I don't know about you guys. I'm here for the bread. You know what I mean? I'm here for the money. Like, I'm not here to start learning how to code and be building things unless that shit's gonna generate me any type of income. Because time is money. So if you spending time learning something, you want to see a return from it. Okay. And if you spend time building a whole bunch of projects, shit, you got 20 projects and in a certain stack, you should get a job. But if you're not getting the job, that should tell you something. That tells you something that, hey, maybe this is not the best choice for me in this area. This is not the best choice for me in this point of my career. You get what I'm saying? So that's all I'm telling you guys, okay? Hopefully some of you guys understand this. Some of you guys can take a couple of, this gems that I'm dropping to you guys. And another thing that somebody just said in the comment section, somebody said, Joe, you're literally telling us to stop learning the MERN stack because what you focus on is PHP and Ruby on Rails and this and that. And of course you want me to stop doing what I'm doing because you want me to leave where I'm at to sign up to your platform. And that's very far from it. You know why? Because I also teach the MERN stack. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not telling you guys this out of like, shit, I'm trying to take you away from whoever YouTuber, instructor, or whoever's out there. I'm not trying to take you away from it. I want you to stay over there, right? I want you to continue doing what you're doing. I don't want you to stop what you have already started. You get what I'm saying? I just want you to get a job. I don't want you to be out here like in the comment section 6 months from now and be like, damn, I got 20 jobs, 20 different projects that I built, and I have a crazy portfolio and it looks great, and I still can't find a job. I don't want you to be in that position. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I don't want you to be in that position. I want you to get the guys to get in the game and be able to just get hired as soon as possible, because I see it every day. I get emails every day from my students, right? I'm not saying that I'm teaching something different. I'm not teaching a different way of learning how to code. I'm not teaching nothing different. Programming is programming. Understand this. If I teach it to you, another guy teaches it to you, whoever the hell teaches it to you, it's just like learning math. 2 plus 2 is always going to be equal to 4. Okay? And 2 minus 2 is always going to be equal to 0. Okay? It's the same shit. Once you understand those things, you're good. That's programming, right? It's pretty much the same shit. Like, you can learn it from anybody. Okay? So I'm not trying to persuade you to quit whatever you're doing to sign up with me. Like, nah. If you want to come to me, I'm gonna take care of you. But what I'm telling you is, I'm trying to give you guys the advice so you can get into a job quickly, because I've been doing this for 3 to 4 years already. I have a huge community. Over 70,000 people have signed up to CodingPhase.com, and the majority of people that get jobs, they're not getting jobs through the MERN stack. I have literally statistics from me seeing the results of my own students, the students that decide, you know what, I'm just gonna focus on Node.js, JavaScript, because that's what I like, right? There's those guys, shit, I don't care. I have the courses there, they could take it, right? But what I'm seeing is, I have other students that come in, focus on PHP, go into WordPress, go into Magento, go into Shopify, right? And they're getting opportunities like this. There's guys that go in and focus on HTML emails, right? Things that, shit, it's not sexy. It's not something that people be like, damn, I'm an HTML email developer. I program all day. You're not really programming. You're doing HTML and CSS using tables. Okay? Like, it's not a sexy job, but it's their first job. And you know what happens 6 months later? They send me another email. Joe, shit, I just got my dream job right now. I'm working at this other company. I'm getting an $80,000 job. I'm getting a $60,000 job, $70,000 jobs, etc., whatever it might be. Okay? But that's because they started somewhere. They have experience. You either gonna come in with the goal of, shit, I'm here with a plan. I'm here to do this thing the right way. The industry it changes. You know, this video that I did right now, I talked about it yesterday, 2 days ago, whenever I dropped it, and today that we're talking about this, the industry changes. You know, a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, the industry might just change, and everything that we're talking about might be irrelevant. You get what I'm saying? But at this moment, this is why I call this series, you know, the current state of the job market right now, right? This is the current state of it. This is what's happening today, right? We're in October 2020. This is where the job market is looking like right now. Okay, so when I give you this advice, it's not me trying to persuade you to come sign up to CodingPhase.com. It doesn't matter. You're still gonna learn how to code wherever the hell you're gonna learn. I'm giving you guys an advice to help you out from what I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? I don't focus on the exception. You get what I'm saying? Remember this. I don't focus on the lottery ticket winner. I focus on everybody else that gets to win somehow. Okay? I can't come in and tell you guys, hey man, I got one guy that right now he's earning $170,000, and tell you every single one of you guys can do that. I can't tell you that. What I can tell you is, with the knowledge and the statistics that I have from my own freaking website and my own platform, what's happening, what I'm seeing. The guys that are focusing on the MERN stack, is taking them way longer to find jobs. The guys that are coming in and focusing on things that are not sexy, right? The things that are not trending, they're getting hype, right? And they're getting freaking jobs like this. Like, you could listen to me or do whatever the hell you want. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's up to you to decide what exactly is it that you want. Okay, guys? So anyways, man, let me see who's in here. Let me give my shout out to everybody that's live. This is a quick live stream. Let me see who else is in here. Let me see. Amit Patel, Symbol, Daniel Techhill says, Amit Patel says, I hope not that many people are learning Shopify. I don't think a lot of people's gonna learn it. You know why? Because in the mind of a lot of people, like most developers, there's like junior developers. It's not really developers. It's like junior developers, guys who are talking shit on blogs, on fucking, on forums, on like comment section. In their head, WordPress is not programming. WordPress is not really becoming a developer. So that same mentality is going to Shopify, right? For some of these guys, they think like you don't do no real web development, you don't know no real development in Shopify. This is using a third-party platform. This is drag and drops. Like they've never done it before. Not knowing that to create a Shopify theme for something like Shopify, like you literally have to know the front end. Like you have to be a front end developer to be able to create themes with Shopify. To be able to create a application with Shopify, you have to be a full stack developer. But the Tintinins, right, wouldn't be able to understand that. In their head, they will say, oh, I gotta use a third-party company. I'm creating a third-party application, all right, within a third-party company. Like, this is not real development. They don't know what the hell they talking about. So trust me, you're good. You're good for like probably the next 3 years. People won't even catch up to Shopify, and by the time they catch up, it's gonna be too late. This is what happened in 2008. 2008, WordPress was already bubbling. The guys that came in from 2008, 2009, by the time it was 2012, those guys were already in authority. They already had agencies. They already had 20, 30 different themes that they were selling on websites like themeflorist.net. They already had a whole bunch of clients. So then now when everybody in the industry started trying to get into WordPress, it was already too late for them. Like, yeah, you could get in the game, but you don't have a brand. You don't have a name yet because it's gonna take you a year, 2 years. But by that time, there's guys that's been here for 3, 4 years already building that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's gonna happen with Shopify. So you starting at right now, you good. You right now is in a really good stage when it comes to Shopify. If you're focusing on Shopify, there's still gonna be a lot of jobs. Nobody knows this thing. Like a lot of guys don't focus on this. It's the same thing as Salesforce. Some of you guys have heard it. Some of you guys have never heard of Salesforce. And if I go in and I tell somebody, hey man, are you looking to do some Salesforce development? Some guys might say, that's not real development. We're using a freaking third party company to create applications within the third party company for a third party application. Like, in their head, they're like, that's not real development. I didn't build the whole shit from scratch. And it's like, yeah, stupid. This is the world that we live in. Nobody's building anything from scratch. We're using pre-existing platforms to then go and create applications. And to be able to do that, you need to know the full stack, or you need to know the front end. You get what I'm saying? So you're good, you know. Okay, let's see. Let's continue. Let me see. Da da da. What city you in? Da da da. I'm in Florida, Tampa. Okay. Let me see. I'm just reading through this thing. Been applying, improving my resume, portfolio, cover letters. Okay, nice. Okay, been fixing it. Da da da. I'm just reading through the comments before I leave out of here. Then they will call. Has no fancy CS degree, no job experience, but all professional level projects, freelance experience. Da da da. Okay, so that's simple. They having their own conversation. Steve Lagon. Tony, what did Tony say? I can't see what Tony said. Somebody said something. Let me see. Stan, demand PHP, learn more PHP. Always PHP. Look, PHP is part of the web, guys. You will be stupid. Like, you have to be stupid, bro. Like, if you think like you're gonna become a web developer and not learn JavaScript, you have to be stupid, right? Like, you need JavaScript from the front end. Now, to become a full stack developer and saying, hey man, I'm not gonna learn PHP, that's like showing up to a marathon and saying, or even a race, right? You show up to a race where everybody's got to freaking race each other, and you show up over there with no legs. Like, yeah, you could finish the marathon, but but it's gonna be a little bit difficult. It's gonna be a little bit difficult for you to get to win that race. Okay, that's just how it is. It's like showing up to a race with no legs. It's part of the web development experience. Okay, that's just how it is. That thing is not gonna go away. Same thing as C sharp. Let me see. I'm reading through this. Tony Valentine says, I'm glad he did this live because he know he got us confused. I've been learning MERN stack at my boot camp, so it's personal. You see, Tony, but that's the thing. Look, that's another thing too for you, right? I think I remember you from one of the comments, right? I'm not trying to confuse you. I'm telling you the truth, okay? I'm telling you the goddamn truth right now, bro. I can guarantee you, you're gonna graduate from your boot camp. Everybody else is gonna graduate from the boot camp, and if it's a boot camp that has 20 students, 4 of them is gonna get hired. Okay, 4 of them out of the 20 is gonna get hired within the first 2 months. The rest is gonna take you guys 6 months, 8 months. I guarantee you guys. Okay, so you better be one of the brightest ones in there, because if you think just because you graduated from a boot camp and they're only teaching you MERN stack that you're gonna graduate and you're gonna find a job right away, I'm telling you ahead of time, prepare yourself, because y'all not gonna find a job for 6 to 8 months, bro. I'm seeing it from a whole bunch of people that are graduating from Full Stack Academy, from Lambda. There's dudes that are in Lambda right now that have like 2 years and still can't find a job, right? The guys that right now are graduating from freaking App Academy and still don't have a job. Like, most of these boot camps, they focus on what's trending to catch your attention. Okay, they catch your attention, they get you into the boot camps, they sign you up, you pay your little $14,000 to $30,000 a year for the whole thing, and then from there, there's gonna be people that's gonna be successful, right? But now, what's happening is that you're leaving it to the chance of choosing something because it's popular, not because that's where you're gonna find your first opportunity. So keep that in mind. I'm not trying to burst your bubble. I'm not trying to be negative, but I'm telling you ahead of time, this is what I've been seeing. Okay? You could go and ask people around and be like, hey man, what's like the time frame of people finding jobs with the MERN stack right now? And you're gonna see, like, some people want to say, shit, I just found a job just the other day. Okay, cool. But then now if you go sit down and keep asking, you're gonna start seeing, well, I have 5 months, I haven't found a job. Hey, I got 4 months, I still haven't found a job. Hey, I'm freaking haven't found a job on this. I'm thinking about switching stacks. Hey, I'm still thinking about creating more projects for my portfolio. Guys, if you have 5 solid projects in your portfolio and you can't find a job with the MERN stack, that tells you something. It doesn't mean that you need more jobs, more projects. It's not about that. You know, some people, they get stuck in this world of like, well, maybe I could continue doing more projects. Nah, stupid, switch it up. like what? How many projects you want? Like, you know, it's like that comment from the dude that I put on the last video. I did 20 solid projects with the MERN stack. I still can't find a job. Nah, that's stupid. Like, I do 5 projects with the MERN stack. I'm switching up, bro. I'm not continuing to do more projects, invest more time into that stack. I'm doing other things that's gonna get me into the industry. You get what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be stupid to continue to catch a beating every single freaking time, because you go in and spend a week, 2 weeks adding a new project to your portfolio and you still can't find a job. That tells you something, bro. So I'm just saying, Tony, you know, I don't want to be negative to you, but prepare yourself. If you're not in the top 4, right? Prepare yourself. You ain't finding a job for 5-6 months, bro. Minimum. That's guaranteed. Come back. I'll do an interview on you. Come back and share your experience when when you graduate, and you come back and tell us how long did it take you to find a job after you graduated the boot camp. Yeah, man. Symbols like, man, I'm over here with 20 plus projects in MERN stack in New York City and Fairleigh. I'm basically the dude, the comics now. Over 500 connections, da da da. Companies still using CSS Grid, or is that a thing of the past? Of course they use CSS Grid. That's new. Like, they're still gonna be using CSS Grid. Uh, Let me see. Symbol says you act like 20 projects is difficult. The point is that you don't need 20 projects. Like, this is what people also have to understand. Like, you're not impressing nobody. Like, if somebody comes to me and tells me, Joe, I got 74 repos on GitHub. I got 74 projects that I built in the last 8-9 months. That's stupid. That's stupid. You're not getting no fucking props for you to have your whole GitHub fucking daily thing, and just it shows all green. You're not impressing nobody. What you should have done was literally sit down, do research on your area, find out exactly what people need, and build the projects that's gonna get you a job. That's it. Like, you coming in and be like, shit, 20 projects, that's simple, bro. I could build 20 projects. It's not that hard for me. It's like, nah, it's like, you shouldn't have to do 20 projects. What you should have done was 4 or 5 solid projects, got a job, and then now had experience. Because you building little to-do apps, little calculators, and little JavaScript watches and clocks and shit on on your portfolio, that does not mean anything, bro. Like, you should have been having experience. Like, if you come in and you tell me, Joe, I got 20 clients, I'll be like, all right, cool. That's hot. That's impressive. You creating 20 courses, taking 20 courses and redoing different projects from different tutorials on YouTube, and going in and doing this and that. Like, you're not impressing nobody. You might impress a couple of freaking nerdy dudes that be like, damn, he got all green on his GitHub. To the guys that know, that shit doesn't mean anything. You get what I'm saying? Like, that shit does not mean anything, bro. Let me see. George Bush says, I'm glad I got a job using Node.js. I have been learning the MERN stack my last year of college. Congrats, man. Congrats. But that's the thing. You're coming from, and that's another freaking thing. You're coming from college degree background. Like, sometimes, like, let's say, for example, there's 20 dudes that are learning at home, right? And everybody has the same experience. Nobody has a job before, right? Everybody has the same stack, the MERN stack. They all have the same knowledge, right? You come in and you have the same experience as them. You've never had a job either, okay? But because y'all all have the same skills, they start putting everybody's things into a balance and say who has a good project, who doesn't have a good project, who has a good user experience, who doesn't have a good experience. Then from there, you come down to be in the top 5 of the guys that they might say, you know what, who we gonna give the job to? Then what happens? Some dude comes in and says, shit, they all have the same skill, they all have the same experience, but you know what? This guy has a degree. That right there shuts down the whole conversation. You get what I'm saying? That right there shuts down the whole conversation, because if everybody has the same experience, everybody has the same type of projects, everybody is doing the same thing, and they're at the same level, what's your leg up? Your leg up is you have a degree. The other guys that were here on YouTube and on Udemy, they don't have that degree. You get what I'm saying? So my advice is for the guys that don't have a degree, the guys that are learning at home, that's trying to get into the game, right? And they're trying to get into the game, but not looking at the bigger picture of where they're going to get the opportunities. Like right now, let's say, for example, Magento. I don't know if you guys know what Magento is. It's a PHP, CMS, we could say content management system for e-commerce, okay? Nobody's here looking for to learn Magento, okay? So when those guys put those job listings online on Indeed.com, you know how many freaking emails they're getting? Maybe 10, maybe 15. When somebody comes in and says, hey, we're using the MERN stack, we're using Node.js, whatever, they put it up. How many emails do you think they're getting? 500, 1,000, even more. So for you as the junior developer that's learning at home, my thing that I will say is, like, literally go where you're going to be in the top 15. Go where you're going to be able to get a job right away. Because once you get that job, you have that experience there, you could always switch over to a Node.js job. Because if they all go into the same position, again, going back to what we were just saying, that scenario of this kid who he just got a job, he just graduated from college, etc. Right? When they go in and they put all of you guys at the same level, even him who just graduated from school, right? He has the same level as everybody else, but then you show up with a year of experience of web development, you trump the guy that just came out of college and you get the job. That's the thing. It's like you got to understand how the world works, guys. The world is not perfect, but you have to understand the rules. And if you understand the rules, you're always going to succeed. If you're the guy that's super like optimistic, is like, well, I'm going to go there with my bright smile and they're going to give me the opportunity because I'm super excited to work. It doesn't work like that, guys. Everything's strategic. You got to know how shit works. Okay, so let me see. We ain't here. Religion. Rogelio says 100. Yep, 100%. Again, I liked it. Gems. I'm close to Tampa too. Yeah, nice. Those four that are high, the best calculator. Who did the best calculator? When everybody on the job interview shows up with a calculator, now we got to go in. Who created the scientific calculator? You get what I'm saying? Trem C says, what does Shopify Evolve using? How do you apply for jobs? Shopify uses Liquid, which is a templating engine. It's very similar to Laravel Blade. If you ever use Mustache, it's very similar to that. It's built for Ruby because Shopify is built on Ruby on Rails. You basically connect to Shopify by connecting to APIs, and that's how you do the applications. Okay, you use GraphQL. You could also use REST API, but the one that mostly everybody uses is GraphQL. And it's just pretty much, you could look it up. Go to the website, CodingPhase.com. You could go in there, check out everything that we're doing in there. Like, even if you don't sign up to the website, like, shit, it's like you're getting a free curriculum. Like, you could go to CodingPhase.com. I don't care what you're doing. You could go and sign up to whoever you want. But if you find and go to my website, CodingPhase.com, and look at the curriculum that I have there on the order of the courses that you need to take, you're going to succeed, bro. Like, I'm telling you guys ahead of time. Like, I'm not coming from the computer science background. I'm not coming to you guys from the guy that's trying to be like the smartest guy in the world. Like, I'm coming to you guys from the point of view of like, shit, I'm a junior developer. I'm learning at home. How can I get in the game? Okay. So everything that I teach you guys is exactly what you need to get in the game ASAP, right away. That's why we have a group on Facebook called the ASAP Developers Group, which is a private member group just for the people that's in CodingPhase in the CodingPhase community. Okay. Let me see. Yep, I'm just answering questions and looking at the comments here. Okay. So at CodingPhase, since you from New York City, I am currently, what should I do next? I am MERN stack developer in the same situation as your comic story guy. What to go learn next? PHP or Python? If I was to say choose one of the two, I would say go with PHP, because even in Brooklyn, like, you might not find that many jobs. Like, let's say there's a lot of companies in Manhattan, right? But even in Brooklyn and the Bronx, like, those are the places that's gonna really give you that first opportunity without having to go in there and do like a whole bunch of algorithms. You know, that's another thing too that we didn't even talk about. You know, when you go to most of this interviews for like Node.js jobs, because it's so competitive, now what they do is they throwing you the freaking algorithms book. You know, when I said that in the video, it's like, yo, they're throwing you the book. When I'm talking about the book, I'm talking about the book of just algorithms. Some of us, right? I'm including myself. We're not made for that shit. We don't focus on those things, right? There's guys that are less experienced developers who are more talented in that world of passing the test, right? And that's what they do. All they do, they don't even build projects. They study just to pass the test of the interview. Now, if you are a guy that is not studying 6 months of just how to pass the interview, right? Then going into Node.js is not a good place for you because they're gonna throw you the book. Wherever there's a lot of competition, they have to have ways to, disqualify people. And one of the ways that they do it is by throwing you the book of algorithms, throwing you all type of shit that is difficult for you to remember if you're actually building projects. Some guys are not building projects. They're doing competitive programming. They're stuck on code wars. They're doing this and that, right? And those guys, that's all they do. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's all they do. So of course, some of those guys is gonna go and pass those interviews ahead of you. So those are the things that you have to take into account and say, shit, what am I really good at, right? Am I really good at passing interviews, right? Am I really good at passing coding interviews? Like, is that my thing? Or did I really just spend 6 months of me learning how to code and build real projects that I can be an asset to a company? Then, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's what you really need to know. Like, what's your position, right? Tony Valentine. PHP is like the cockroaches of the nuclear war. It doesn't die, bro. Oh man. Okay. That was a good one, bro. Yo, PHP is like the cockroaches in the nuclear war. That shit's not dying, bro. Everybody dead is there's a cockroach still walking around. Yo, man. Tell them, what's the website? CodingPhase.com?
Coffee.com.
Yeah, man. Over here with my son. You can't leave this kid alone for 2 seconds. Let me see.
That's you done.
Am I done, kid? Yeah, we done. We just looking for the last comment before we leave here, and that's it, man. So again, whoever's watching this, I'm not telling you stop learning the MERN stack. If you already started with that stack, finish it. But then from there, start preparing your portfolio to have different type of projects from different stacks that's gonna get you a job. Okay? Focus on that. Okay? Focus on getting a job and stop slacking, man. Because if you're looking for pat in the back, you're looking for likes, you're looking for little green bars on GitHub, Ethan, don't do that. You're looking for things that it's just to get kudos from other developers online. You're doing this whole thing wrong. Like, the things that everybody looks down on, that's actually where you're gonna find a job at. The things that everybody says, oh, that's not real, that's not a real development, that's not this and that. Unfortunately, that's where you're really gonna start working at. Okay, the guys that's been here for 5-10 years, right, or even 2-3 years, and they think like they already like they're the shit. They think like they're so much better than you because you just started this year. They're like, oh, you're doing WordPress. Oh, you're doing Shopify. Oh, you're doing Magento. Oh, you're doing Salesforce. Oh, you're doing HubSpot. Oh, you're doing this and that. Like, they could talk all the shit that they want because they're already in the game. You get what I'm saying? Keep that in mind. They're talking shit because they're already in the game. But somebody that's talking shit and they're not in the game, they're just stupid. That's it. Okay, I could come here and say, guys, shit, you guys should just be learning Ruby on Rails. And I could tell you that's all you guys should be learning. But I could do that because I've been here for almost 10 years. Right? Now, me telling you guys don't learn PHP or Magento, I could do that because I'm like looking down on you. I'm like, like I already passed that stage. I already been in the game for a while. I could choose whatever stack I want. I could go in there and go like this. I could get whatever I want. But you, you must be stupid if you go and follow what I tell you, right? And I go in and I tell you, hey man, you should only do this because I think that that's not cool. Like, nah, bro. You have that luxury to say that, oh, I don't think that's cool in 2020 to be doing it because you've been in the game. You're not putting yourself in the position of the junior developer that just needs to get the first job. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, I'm gonna see you guys later. It's your boy Joe back at it again. CodingPhase.com. Love you guys. Again, you can go to CodingPhase.com And if you want to learn how to code, you could go in there. If you don't want to go in there, at least go check out the website so you can look at the curriculums that we have in there, the different career paths, and you might go in there and implement some of the things that maybe whoever you're taking a course with, they're not talking about, and you might say, maybe I should learn this. I don't care from where you learn it. You can learn it from me. You can learn it from whoever the hell you want to learn it. But this whole curriculum that I have on CodingPhase.com is built for you if you are a junior developer, if you are some guy that's just trying to get into the industry, you have no experience, you come with no degree. This is who I'm making it for, okay? So keep that in mind, all right? I'll see you guys later.